From time immemorial, our ancestors have put a deep meaning into any of their occupations, and the subtleties of different crafts were kept, passing from generation to generation. These are details, important accents of which the culture and way of living of the Great Steppe civilization were built for centuries. The School of Nomads is for studying the past, creating the present to build the future. Today in the program, Akhaltike horse, purebred Turkic horse, revival of the former glory of the Kazakh stud farm, care for breeding horses. The Kazakh people got through the tough times, faced thousands of battles, and managed to defend these great steppes. Historical events, military actions for several centuries had a colossal influence on the nation, making its culture unique. And all this way, a warrior, a nomad, was accompanied by a loyal friend, a horse. This creation influenced the Kazakh mentality and the nature of the nation. Of course, the Kazakhs have many fine kinds of horses, but pure breeds play a certain role among them. And today I decided to get acquainted with one of the species of this noble animal. And for this, I went for the farm where Rakhim Koyshibayev is engaged in the breeding of a Akhaltike horse breed. Hello, Rakhim Aga, how are you? Hello, I'm fine. Aga, my name is Samat. I study our crafts, get acquainted with people who continue the traditional activities of our ancestors, nomads. Today I came to you to know better about the breeding of stud horses. Well, would you be so kind to show me? Yes, of course, Samat, no problem. We will show you everything. Look, Argon, this is Samat. See, Samat has come. Will we teach him? Let's start. Rakhim Koyshibayev is engaged in selection of stud horses of the native Turkic breed of Akhaltike, whose ancestors, by the way, lived once in the boundless steppes of nomadic civilization. Exactly this breed of horses is considered Kazakhstani. It was formed in 1920, when all over the Union, from all the horse farms, Akhaltike horses were brought to Kazakhstan. Since that time, the process of the breeding and development of the Kazakh Akhaltike has been started. It is interesting that the representatives of the breed that grew up in these parts are much larger and more enduring than their other counterparts from Central Asia. In Kazakhstan, in 1920, the selection of Kazakhstani horses began. And at our plant, you can say miracle happened. Thanks to herd grazing on mountain motley grass, not big Turkmen horses, Akhaltike changed their exterior. And as a result, our plant has achieved the highest results. For example, if we take the horses of the Turkmen lines, then the height at the withers of the Turkmen stallion is about 154-157. Our Kazakh horses began to reach a height of 165-170. During the Union Championships of that time, many champions were from our Kazakhstan stud farm. It was recognized as the best in the Soviet Union. So the horses brought to Kazakhstan in the 20s of the last century as a result of selection gave such amazing results. Scientists do not exclude the fact that this breed comes from horses when they lived in the territory of present-day Kazakhstan. But what is the horse breed line? I want to say a few words about it. Now scientists call it a paternal line. This almost like that of the Kazakhs, who know their ancestors by name to the 7th tribe. According to breeders, the horses begin to weaken by the 6th, 7th generation. For this, in general, selection is necessary. It's already noon. Soon the horses will come from pasture for baiting. Chief horseman of the farm, Sergey, promised me to show how to properly feed the horses. Well, Samat, we have 2 stables. One for our mare specially. One for the stallions. They're standing alone. Now they have come and we're going to feed them. They're going down from the mountain. Yes, they go down and up themselves. They were let out for a walk. This is our stable, where horses are standing. At the present time, in the stable, there are 22 mares. Some mares are standing with foals. They gave birth this year. Now we will let them come in one by one. Look, touch it. Our mares came from the pasture. Yes, they come for the lunch. We let them in one by one. Sergey, but how should I call them? Well, we call dogs like this, Kaka. They have names. You must call by name. For example, his name is Bastau. Ah, like us, people. They have names. Yes, this is the colt of this one, yet without a name. Here there are a lot of names, like Sazna, Naiza, Sulu, Arna. Look, they really love people. Although they see me for the first time, but they come up to me. They put their heads down as they ask me to pet them. I have sugar for them. Here, I'll cheer up them. Having learned that horses here like sweet, I filled my pocket with sugar. But my full pockets were quickly emptied. I just cannot refuse them, especially when they look at me with such eyes. So our mares came down from the mountains to have lunch. Now they will go to their stalls. They will be watered and fed. I'll help the guys. Come on, come in faster, one by one. It is obvious that these are noble creatures. They don't push one another. And this is the food for our horses. Sergey, what does it consist of? Well, oats, brans are included. All this will be mixed, but before that, the oats should be soaked for an hour or 2 before feeding. We feed in the morning at 7 o'clock. We try to give a dry food, and they could feel oats, chew it. Oats are useful for teeth. And for dinner, and the evening is already soaked. Accordingly, when the water drains, we mix it with bran and distribute it to the horses. And all this must be mixed. Yes, that's how we mix everything. 1, neatly. 2, that would not be lumps. It should be like a sand. Let me try too. Yes, you're welcome. Well, Sergey, does it seem ready? Yes, everything is great. Can we feed? Yes. Well, now I'm going to feed our mares. I learned from Sergey one more important thing, which should be taken into consideration when feeding. Before lunch, the horse should be given water. So I start to give the drink to the first mare. Sergey, what's her name? Dulcinea. Dulcinea. Come here, Dulcinea. I give the drink. And now my Dulcinea has finished drinking. Sergey, will we feed immediately or should we wait? You must immediately feed. The horse drank and we put the oats into a bucket and poured out the food tray. On average, a horse drinks from 10 to 20 liters of water at a time. Therefore, it can be safely fed. Sergey and I split up. I'll pour the food for the horses on my left side and Sergey on the right. And so we will feed all the horses. It seems they love this food more than water or even sugar, which I've treated. Look at them, they chew with pleasure. In addition to basic food, these purebred horses are fed with fresh grass, salt, carrots, and other vegetables. To increase immunity, they are given additional vitamins. Akhalteke is considered to be the Turkmen breed of horses. This noble creature with a swan neck and a beautiful figure, it's always in great shape. But so far, no one has been able to determine its exact origin. Some consider their homeland is Turkmen oasis Akhal. Others are sure that they're from the Fergana Valley of Uzbekistan. Still others suggest that this horse is the result of selection of nomadic culture, and its roots are in the territory of present-day Kazakhstan. Not long ago, a genetic study was carried out at the Institute of Horse Breeding. That is, the concept was researched as a gene polymorphism. The more polymorphism of genes, the purebred horse. So these analyses were subjected to Arabian horses, English horses, and Akhalteke horses, including our horses. It turned out that the polymorphism of genes in English and Arabian horses is only 20. This indicates their artificial origin, that is, horses that they obtained by crossing. And the polymorphism of purebred horses, here they are in front of you. And in colors are very different. Purebred horse created by nature. The creator as it glitters, she has brilliance. And her stock of polymorphism of genes from above 500. And what is interesting, in recent excavations of the Botai horses, the Berel horses, where DNA analysis and the polymorphism of the genes was also investigated. It showed the same result, with over 500. That is, it says that a person cannot, as a creator, create purebred breeds. They are not purebred at all. Scientists come to the conclusion that the homeland of the horse is in principle the territory of Central Asia, in particular Kazakhstan. The proof of the skeleton remains of horses found in the Botai settlement, which scientists attribute to the era of the Neolithic, the fact that it was the Botaians who first domesticated the horse was recognized today by world scientists. In general, the Akhalteke breed attracted special attention towards the end of the 19th century and originates from the stallion named Boinau. According to genetic scientists, the blood of the very same Boinau flows in the veins of all modern thoroughbred Akhalteke, which was born in 1885. In 1911, Akishan was born from him, and from him was born in 1930 the Arab. And in 1952, the son of Arab appeared, the stallion Absent. He was called the King of Kings. Incomparable Absent, the stallion conquered the Olympics and entered the history of world equestrian sport. If we say a threefold prize winner of the Olympic Games is Absent, Karim Asenov, and up to 58 years, he was coached 4 times the champion of the Union.
Он был четырехкратным чемпионом Союза. Абсент это...
Absent is a unique horse. It's a horse that you can say of the world.
Лошадь мира.
Absent was born and raised in the Lugovoy stud farm in the Zhambul region. This stallion, who was born in Kazakhstan and conquered the whole world. In the history of Kazakh horse breeding, there is no horse like Absent any longer. He is considered the most stellar horse of the 20th century. After all, he is a three-time winner of the Olympic Games. Over 10 years for the graceful performance of the Kazakh stallion was followed by the entire equestrian world. And until today, the name of this thoroughbred, Akhalteke, remains a legend of legends. It is a three-time winner. In Rome, it took first place in the race, became the Olympic champion.
Взял первое место, стал олимпийским чемпионом.
The stadiums clapped standing to the Kazakh Absent.
Казахстанскому абсенту.
Absent, the first Soviet Olympic champion. This title he won in the 1960th year. So he glorified not only Kazakhstan, but the entire Union. Absent ensured the quality of the breed of the Akhalteke horses for many years. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, the Lugovoy stud farm also fell into decay. And with it, the purebred horses also lost their quality. The words that the horse breeding farm held over 2,000 thoroughbred horses turned into a legend only. Then some Aksakals searched for the surviving thoroughbred horses in the owls to continue their race. And Rakhim Koshbayev, in turn, engaged in the return of Lugovoy horses from Russia, Chechnya, Turkmenistan. He devoted 15 years to this business. Rakhim Aga has his reasons for that. He's the son of a real Batyr, a Soviet sniper, Galim Koshbayev, who laid over 200 fascists on the battlefields. But according to Rakhim Koshbayev, the Soviet authorities did not always reward their heroes, and sometimes treated obliviously. They forgot, as well as these horses, which once brought glory to the entire Soviet Union. The horse breeder Rakhim Koshbayev is sure. So to protect and develop this breed is a matter of honor. That these stallions can be brought to the world arena of equestrian competitions, they should not only be properly fed, but also professionally thorned. As a real athlete, the horse must first warm up. This is called training on the court. Such work accustoms the horse to trustfully trust the person, to his voice, teaches to understand and immediately fulfill all his demands, develops smooth, calm movements at different gaits. Now behind my back, a stallion named Salang is working on the court. By the way, its maternal grandmother, Susar, was the daughter of that most legendary Absent. And who knows, maybe Salan will someday repeat the stellar of her star ancestor. After training on the court, you can proceed to basic training. This is a contest. For this kind of competition, not every horse is suitable. A thoroughbred Akhalteke, who are both smart and beautiful and learn quickly, fit just right. Here this stallion is just a bright representative of his breed. According to Rakhim Koshbayev, it is almost ready for competitions of any level. So our Argon showed brilliant results, overcoming all obstacles. Sergey, what do we next? Yes, after training, the horse must necessarily step back, at least 15-20 minutes, so that she can walk calmly. Because during the training, it definitely did the movements. It is a step, a lynx, a gallop, and accordingly jumps. From the rhythm increases the heart. The horse must necessarily step away, so that the breath calms down, and the heart is in order. Well, if so, let me conduct this part of the training. Restore breathing to Argon. Of course, if I can saddle it. It is very tall. I was sitting in the saddle of different horses, but the course of this horse is absolutely incredible. This is the purebred horse you're riding, but it seems as if you're floating on the sea. All horses must be kept clean. Here they are washed and combed. Today it's cool, which means, as it turned out, we'll do only dry cleaning. This horse is ready for hygienic procedures. How will we clean? First, with a brush, then a comb. Slowly, that would not scare her. So slowly, begin to comb out. We begin with the neck, then we pass to our feet. Clean the chest. On the back, you need to walk carefully. Will this brush remove all the dirt? Yes, it cleans well. After how to remove all the dirt from the horse, we will comb it. Here, Samat, I cleaned the horse on one side and showed it to you. Let's clean the second side now. Let's try it out. First, here's this brush. Yes, first you clean out all the dirt and dust. Well, yes, she was there lying in the dust. Yes, they like to wander in the dust and therefore should be carefully cleaned. Very easy work to clean the horse. The main thing is that she would be calm. Then anyone will manage. Akhalteke, after such cleansing, literally shines in the sun. This is an unreal beauty. According to the same scientists, if you consider hair in a thoroughbred horse under a microscope, you can see that it is a triangular shape, and the sunlight falling on him is breaking, hence it shines. Yes, the horse is a part of our national culture and history. After all, it is a symbol of freedom and confidence. And it is not by chance that our state emblem depicts a gold-winged tulpar, only heading forward. So it is impossible to imagine a real Kazakh without a horse. Rahim Agha, having arrived to you early in the morning, I stayed here until late at night. I saw a lot, learned something. Most importantly, I learned how to properly care for thoroughbred Akhalteke. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you too, Samat. I think that you like to see our horses, and even you saddled our famous Argon, and I think it gave you pleasure.
Оседлали нашего знаменитого Аргона, и я думаю, это доставило вам удовольствие. Для нас это как полет птиц.
For us, it's like a pawn of a bird. For a real Jigit, a horse is a battle horse. Many thanks to you, and I think that this is not our last meeting. Yes, thank you for everything. I wish you success in this remarkable activity, the breeding and revival of purebred beautiful horses. Goodbye, Aga. I had such a wonderful day today that I did not notice time. It is evening already. But I didn't spend the day in vain. I realized that as long as we have such people as on this farm, the future of the Kazakh horse breeding is bright.